Mind unveiled. Get over here. It's time to pay a visit to Hijack City. It's time to revisit Hijack City. See, when the Hijack got a little info, got a little intelligence, and they try to connect some things they think they've connected. They think they know about you, so they write about you, but they write themselves in, and when you check them on it, they say, you're a black supremacist. Do you even know what you're saying, man? Do you even know what you're saying, man? You still calling us black, but you're intelligent. That means you're doing that on purpose, right? You know the definition of black, boy? I said, boy, you know the definition of black? You calling us black? You calling me black? Yeah, you came to the wrong place at the wrong time, mind unveiled. Or should I say mind fuck? Hey, put the kiddies to bed, man. We going into Hijack City. But first, a message from the bro ThaWaDa in the drop chatter. Chatter. Some great perspective right here. Have anyone ever studied accents and how they correlate with tribes? I found that the Jamaican accent is Irish and Scot, with them being brought to the Caribbean in 1750. With that said, the Southern Louisiana accent not only sounds similar, but they use similar slangs. The Mid to North accent sounds completely different, not the accent, but they have the Creole connection as well. And when you look at the Geechee, they have a very similar accent to Southern Louisiana and Jamaica. Yeah. We haven't really looked into the slang flow, but we always knew, like, when we broke it down and we speak in Ebonics, that for sure we are breaking that spell, you know. We're getting out of that spelling, and we are connecting to our root. Heck, I believe that accent is a black European accent. We know what you mean by black, bro. We know that you ain't trying to offend nobody. But the Hijack, when they say black, oh boy, they know English. With the more country Southern accent being indigenous North American Old English, can anyone chime in? Being from the South, I see certain words my grandmother used in the Bible and older English writing, for example, betwixt instead of between, over yonder instead of over there, and many more I can't recall at the moment. In Louisiana, people don't say here, they say yeah. Okay? They don't say bye, they say ba. So when you hear kumbaya, you hear come, ba, ya, yeah, or here. Come by here. Hawa. This is nothing more than a Southern accent. What if we are speaking Hebrew to this day? Hey, shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. Go ahead and get him, man. Go ahead and get him. Drakan Coon, man. Hey, man, shout out to the bro ThaWaDa and the drop chatter popping off, man. Hey, what if we're still speaking our language, right? What if we still in our frequency more than we know it? Hey, the bro popping off. And yeah, we got to look into it. We gotta dig on it. With a dragon. Flit-eye. Mind unveiled. Get over here. Let's do this quickly. Let's get this hijack out of here real quick. Real swift. Yeah, it's great, you know, when you got some content, but we can see clearly what you do with the content. You sprinkle in a little bit of us to try to put in a lot of yourself. You're not doing it for us, right? You're doing it for you. You say you're not doing it for no particular race of people, yet anyone with clear vision, when they watch this drop over here, can clearly see that, yeah, they like to tell the truth about us. And then they lie about their own damn selves. And love to my bro Hood to Hood, who, had a great perspective on that same situation with you, bro. We see clearly, man. You like to tell some truth about us, but you like to give all these lies about yourself and create this Tartarian, redhead, white people, with this red hair and freckles and pale skin and ruling this and this and this. We ain't saying that we didn't have any of this over here, especially with these giants, these abominations. We had, albinos, my naga. You got Yakub popping off, genetically engineering, you know, lesser beings. Why? For a biological chemical warfare. When we check these hijacks, they like to come to us with these very loaded and devious titles like black supremacy. What is black supremacy? Is it when these blacks had all these whites in slavery in Europe and Spain? I mean, point to the black supremacy. When we say white supremacy, right, we're speaking of actual historic facts, recent history, past history of what anyone with melanin to this day has to go through. But if you don't have it, and if we're speaking on it, and if we're giving each other honor, suddenly we become supreme, right? Supremacists. Oh, you guys think you're so good because of your black skin. Well, damn, because of my black skin, I think we've been getting murdered, raped, mutilated. I mean, when you see clearly that the copper-colored naga is the definition of an American, and that they found so many nagas with the color of deep copper complexions that it became the definition of an American. Where do you see the supremacists? You see a bunch of nagas minding their own damn business. You see nagas in India Superior minding their own business. We detail the more and more war here, but you can't come peek over here and try to act like you know what we do and then call us black supremacists because we know who we are. What did the bro WIGHT just say? Are we still speaking Hebrew to this day? Columbus brought a Hebrew interpreter to speak to us, boy. Mind fucked or mind unveiled? Put the kiddies to bed. Oh, but to you, it's just an ideology, right? Oh, you guys are into the Bible stuff. I don't think you understand the recon. I don't think you understand how we've emptied our cup and got the babies out the bathwater, connected the real David, the real Moshe, the real Promised Land, the real Prester, the land of the Prester. We're not making a point that zero so-called whites were already in the Americas. We're not making the point that zero so-called whites were a part of this Atlantean hijack. We're making the point that so what if you are over here? Were you ruling in the land of Prester John in India Superior? Were you considered the superior? Is that a black supremacist, or are we talking superiority in India Superior? You want us to erase our history. You want to even erase your history of all the destruction that's come at the hands of your particular tribes of people. And yes, they are hijacks because of the frequency, because of the vibration, because of the slaughter, because of the parasitic behavior to continue to spread out and erase Naga history while erasing the Naga in real time, physically, mentally, spiritually. You want to act like that didn't happen? That doesn't happen every day? Man, I'm talking about the culture vulture. Still in all cultures. What natural culture are you claiming, man? Tartaria? So now you get America, call it Tartary, right? No. You ran into the real ones, man. You ran into the Nagas in Nagaville in India Superior. Is that a black supremacist? Are we wicked? You know black is wicked, right? Evil, right? Are we the evil supremacist? Or are we the Nagas in Superior India, the superior supreme Nagas? And when I say supreme Nagas, I'm talking about those that are connected with the creator naturally, by law, love to the bro. And before we get to this weak ass comment you left, thinking that you got a voice over here at 432 The Drop, you need to overstand that this is tribal. You don't got no voice over here in our council, fool. You don't get to leave no messages over here, man. You know who gets to leave comments? The tribe. If I let a bunch of hijacks leave messages, I'd have hundreds of damn comments from hijacks. I get y'all, we drop y'all out of here, man. We drop y'all back in the hijack city. You know what I'm saying? You don't come over here to Nagaville thinking you have a voice. I don't care how much you type, man. You don't get no voice over here, man. This is tribal over here. You know, so I screenshotted it before I got you up out of here so that we don't have this conversation again. It's not about if you're over here. It's about if you are the prester. It's about if you are in line, in order, or if you are in disorder. A hijack is not about race. It's not about color. It's about the frequency. The more and more war we talk about being rolled up on Nagas in Nagaville that look just like us. We're talking about Moab. We're talking about Ammon. We're talking about the Jebusites. We're talking about the Mizraim, Egyptian flow, the Atlantis flow, all melanated. Is that black supremacist or is that a fact? Are you going to claim Egypt, man? Are you going to claim to be the Ibaru? Or are you going to claim none of that exists? It's just about Tartary. Tartary, which means hell in the English spell. You want to put blacks in hell, right? Well, maybe blacks deserve hell because they're wicked, they're evil. But you're not speaking to a black man. You're speaking to the negus. Are we black supremacists or are we the Rex Negus, the king of kings, the Khan of khans, and the Amaru Ka, the Amaru Khan? See, what you need to know, mind fucked or mind unveiled, put the kiddies to bed. Simple things around here, simple lessons around here, teachable moments around here. A couple of rare, real simple teachable moments, you know, for those with ears to hear and eyes to see. Amos chapter 3. Hear this word that Hawa has spoken against you, O children of Israel. See, we've been having a fallout with our creator based on our code. It has nothing to do with you. We've been hijacking ourselves. So sometimes we're the hijack. We've been our own hijack. Can you dig it? And you have also been a thorn in our side. O children of Israel, let the whole family which I brought up out the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families on the earth. A mind fuck. Let me clear my throat. Let me drink my tea. This is getting good to me. Mind fuck. You only have I known, the creator just said. So those that the creator have known would be considered superior because they know Hawa. Is it black supremacist to be the only families that Hawa has known of the earth? And what happens to these families, these only families? They are born to be the head and not the tail because they know Hawa, which means they know the code. Exodus 20 got us in code. They know not to put a power before our power, not to put our creator's name, our breath of security in vain, to keep our Shabbat, not to kill and steal from one another, not to covet. That is knowing Hawa, which means that only this family, these Israelites, got the code only. Now they can share the code, they can zon other people up, they can frequency charge everybody up in a good frequency, but please believe it's order over chaos. And it's no way that you not knowing the creator can ever boast yourself over the children of Israel right here in America. Not Tartaria, Jerusalem, not Tartaria, Israel, not Tartaria, Judah, not Atlantis. We're talking about the original frequency, not what you want it to be, not what you hijacks want it to be. The hijacks are the ones that want to take us out of our own story. And in our story, it's us and Hawa only. Because in order for us to charge up and have unity with the world, like you say, we need unity with our families, our tribes that know Hawa. Once we have unity in code, then, only then, can we experience a unity with the world. But mind fuck, do we have unity? Do these blacks have unity? No, because they don't have a code to unify them. They've been stripped of that. They've been given hijacked cities, wood and stone. They've been given false gods to worship. Anything taking us away from our creator is a hijack. Anyone taking us off our land, trying to genealogy their way into our land, trying to Tartaria their way into our land, is a hijack, because it was not given to you by lot. Hawa never gave you that lot for your genealogy. Hawa never gave you that lot for your Tartaria. That was not ordained. That was not given as a Baruch, as a blessing from the creator. You are a product of the hijack. You are a product of Atlantis hijack, Egypt hijack. You're a product of the genetic manipulation. Now, if a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person come in the frequency of the code, hey, we KTC. They can never have the same exact lot as the children, though. They're going to have to play their position. They're going to have to do it for Hawa. They're going to have to, well, it says it all. I don't need to do much talking here. Mind unveiled. I don't have to do much talking. Veil of the mind. We can just dig on it in Isaiah 14. This is for the tribe. So they know when we dealing with these hijacks that think they're smart, only through Hawaii, do we have the wisdom to make you look like the fool you are for calling us a black supremacist, for standing up for India's superior, and for the Nagas that are the superior Nagas that only know Hawaii. You only have I known of all the families, Hawaii says. Allow Hawaii. For Hawaii will have compassion on Jacob. Again, we're talking the tribe of Israel. And will yet choose Israel. Choose Israel. That would make them superior. Mind veiled. This alone makes this tribe superior in the eyes of the creator, not you, not the hijack. The hijack will never see clearly. Whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're green, yellow, red, they'll never see clearly if they can't see that Hawaii chooses the tribe. Even out of code, Hawaii will have compassion on Jacob. Why? Because eventually you're going to start to choose up, man. It's in your DNA. It's in your flow. And Hawaii will set them in their own land. Whoa, 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 time out, mind fuck. You mean to tell me that the Creator is going to give the tribe of Israel our own land that we don't have to share with all these other nations that think because of their genealogy they have a tie to America? Will you go to Hawaii with your genealogy, man? Hey, Hawaii, I can link myself to America all the way back to the 1800s. Hey, Hawaii, I got these pictures from the 1900s, Hawaii. Hawaii's gonna say, where's your land? Where's your tribe, man? Are you KTC? Are you doing this for land? Or are you doing this because you love me? Hawaii's gonna give the tribe our own land, man. What does own land mean? We gotta share it with you. All the land we got on the earth plane, and we gotta share our land. Jacob gotta share our land. Israel gotta share our land. And when we say it's our land, now we're black supremacists. Damn. Because everybody wants our land, I guess. I guess we're the tribe of Israel, and everyone's coveting our things. You want to tell us some more history? You want to tell us a history about the Moor, and then call it Tartarian, and then call it yours, and say, I'm not doing it for any particular race. I want everyone to get along, of course, because Hawaii didn't choose you. So your only play is to do this "We Are the World" speech. Everybody's one. When has that happened? Where they do that at? They didn't treat us as one when the hijack got off the boats. Black supremacists? This fool even says black supremacists are the same as white supremacists. Wow. Wow. Show me the death and destruction and mutilation from black supremacy. In the last 100 years, show me how you can compare the destruction of black supremacy with white supremacy. Show me the black KKK walking around lynching whites on trees, man. Show me the black police force, dragging whites out their car and gunning them down with their hands up. Show me a group of whites marching around saying, hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot, because their people are getting killed every day. That's white supremacy. Not being able to get a job in the right spot, that you trying to get a job at, is white supremacy. Always trying to have to talk proper English to please white America is white supremacy. Seeing all these whites on these WIGHTs, these demons, WIGHTs, on our monies, right? On our moneta Juno, that's white supremacy. Whose face is on the dollar? That's white supremacy. In order to get that, they had to slaughter millions of Nagas. Show me black supremacy and how we had to slaughter millions of whites. And every time we talk about it, they say we crazy, we violent, we this, we that, right? They put us on a watch list. Oh, what? Nat Turner, whoa. So we deal with the hijacks that look like us, and we deal with the hijacks that look like you. For Hawa will have compassion on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Now, if you want to be a stranger, whether you blonde hair, blue eye, or whether you a Negro, right? But you're from another tribe, the stranger shall join himself with them. Who? Israel, who Hawa has chosen. How will they join themselves? I see how you're trying to join yourself, mind veiled. You're trying to join yourself through this Tartaria remix, right? Others try to join themselves through genealogies, right? Either way, they're trying to join themselves. We're not trying to join to these hijacks. We're not trying to join to y'all. We're not trying to be like y'all. We're not trying to speak like y'all. We ain't trying to walk like y'all. We ain't trying to talk like y'all. We definitely ain't trying to think like y'all. We definitely ain't trying to worship your gods. But you keep coming over here to India Superior, joining yourself with Israel. Why did Columbus bring a Hebrew interpreter, fool? Why is Utah Udall, Judah? Why did Joseph Smith go to that location? Why did they invade Jerusalem and in Peru, South America? Why did they continue to find the Hebrew artifacts in Kalaluz, the Lost Lonis Decalogue stone of the Paleo-Picto-Hebrew right on it in New Mexico? Bodies on bodies, artifacts with the Hebrew on it. Because America is Israel. Yasharah. It's our own land, man. That's why you can't go back too far over here, right? But the stranger, that's KTC, that's keeping the code, shall join himself with them, and they shall cleave to the house. Cleave. You got to hold on tight to Jacob. They got to hold on tight to our house. But what happens to those strangers? These are the good strangers. These are the KTC strangers. And the people shall take them. What people? Jacob, Israel shall take them, bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. So they're going to have their own place, right? Not our land, but they're going to have their own place. Now, if they're KTC, allow Hawa. Hawa might give you a little lot. Hawa might give you a little something, right? But understand your role, understand the order. That's why I said I don't care if you say white people were already here and y'all don't want to admit that white people were here. If you were, then you had to know your place. If you were, then you had to be in order because you're in the land of King David. India superior, and the house of Israel shall possess them. You're not ruling anything. So it don't matter if you popped up in little pockets and stuff like that. We're saying we are the superior Naga. Now you could talk superiority all day. You can go, enjoy your life, enjoy your house, enjoy your time in America because somebody in your family said, it's a good opportunity here, boss. Why was it a good opportunity for 'em? Because there has been so much massacre that other whites paved the way to make it easier for other whites, no matter what country they come from. But then they come over here and say, well, I didn't do it. My people had nothing to do with that. We were just poor whites. We didn't have nothing to do with it, but you benefited. That's called white privilege. You don't see that because you're white. You don't see that opportunity you got because you're white. You don't see that land that your people were able to buy for $3 an acre, $1.50 an acre. I just had to pay $18,000 for an acre and a half, man. Y'all got it for $3, $1.50 an acre. That's called privilege, white privilege. You don't see that, just like you don't see white supremacy. It's okay because it's happening every day. But when we stand up in Nagaville, we're called black supremacists. We are supreme, but we ain't black. We don't mind being called supreme, but just don't call us wicked. Because how can the wicked ones be chosen? How can the wicked ones be given their own land? Yeah, these wicked blacks, right, are sure going to take the righteous whites and possess them in the land of Hawaii. For what? Slaves, man. Slaves, man. Every kingdom has slaves. Don't get mad now. We've been serving in your kingdom under this white privilege and white supremacy. You get upset that Israel's going to have servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were. Who went into captivity? Oh, y'all believe in that old story? You just want to be victims. No, they put us in captivity as prisoners of war in India's superior, as the superior Naga was being taught they were inferior and from a whole nother place and a whole nother time. But that time is a wrap. That time is over because we're going to take them captive, whose captives we were, and we shall rule over our oppressors. What oppressors? The oppressors that were in white supremacy or whatever supremacy over the children of Israel. But white supremacy means demon oppressors, right? Demon supremacy. Just know we got our own land and we don't need you to title it and label it Tartaria. We don't need your label of us being blacks and we're Tartary. That's your matrix. You want to be cozy there, huh? You got a little fan base that likes talking about white supremacy and Tartaria and calling us black supremacists because we stand up for who we are as the Hebrew Khan in the in the greatest Khan dynasty on earth. Welcome to the Khan dynasty. We're not blacks. We are the Khans. We're the copper Khans. We're the superior copper Khans. Not the black supremacist, but the superior copper Nagas. Okay, so we got Hawaii is going to choose. Once the creator makes a choice, that means that someone is superior, man, whether you like it or not. You can argue with the creator about it. You could say this is all hogwash. You could do all that you want, but it sure does fit the bill for these blacks, right? As you call them, to take them captives whose captives we were. I think that makes a lot of sense, but you don't want to talk that talk. You don't feel like being a captive. You don't feel like being a servant. Hey, you ain't got to be here, man. No one's asking you to be here, man. You the one that want to join yourself. You want to join yourself to India Superior, call it a whole nother name and act like you got a claim. You ain't got no claim because you ain't got no rulership because you are the servant. And we are the house of Israel, the house of David, the house of the Prester, the superior Naga, the supreme Naga, the Naga that Hawaii chooses. And this is our own land. Yeah, it's our own land. So we got our own land. We got Amos 3, where Hawaii says, "O children of Israel, You are the family which I brought up out of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth plane. I mean, I could just leave it right here, I could just leave it right here. But how about one more in Deuteronomy before I get to this, what I'm saying, mind veiled comment, and we can get him out of here for good, man. You don't get to leave no comments over here, man. You ain't no comment. You ain't no meteor. You ain't no Prester. Hey, this ain't for you, man. This ain't for you, man. It's for the cons. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Hawa, your power, to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that Hawa, your power, will set you high above all nations of the earth. Again, Hijack City, I know you can't get it. You don't feel it. You're in denial. Cognitive dissonance is a motherfucker, man. But you're mind fucked, so it shouldn't be that bad. High above all the nations of the earth is a supreme thing, You know? It means you're higher than the other nations. It means you would call these people black supremacists too, wouldn't you? Oh, you think you're better than us? Can you imagine the Hijack saying that after the creator then sent dragons to burn their ass up? Why do you guys think you're better than us? You're black supremacist. Black supremacy is just like white supremacy. Show me the evidence of the black supremacy being just like white supremacy. Show me the evidence of the destruction and the mayhem, the death. Show me the bodies from black supremacy. Show me the bodies from black supremacy. And I'm going to say that it probably wasn't enough because we still in captivity. Ain't no revolution ever been waged without bloodshed. Talk to the Boston Tea Party if you got a problem with that. You don't get no revolution without bloodshed, man. Hawaii is not going to give us our land back without shedding the blood of Hijack City. Is it uncomfortable for you? Well, we've been judged, man. We've been purged, man. We've been disciplined. You don't want yours? Well, we ready to be high. High means high. Above means above. All means all. High above all. Is that too supremacist for you? Yeah, the creator is very much a supremacist. I think the creator is very supreme. And those who Hawaii chooses become supreme. They become the head and not the tail when they KTC. Hawaii will set you on high above all the nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, and you shall, if you shall listen to the voice of Hawaii, your power. Baruch shall you be in the city. Baruch shall you be in the field. We are ready for that blessing, right? We're ready for that Baruch everywhere. We're ready for that Baruch to overtake us. We're ready to keep the code because we observe. We collapse the wave pattern on paradise. We listen to his commandments. We keep the code. And that makes us high above all. But those nations, they're going to call these high people supremacists, right? They're going to switch it around after they've done everything to destroy this nation, after they've done everything to destroy the people of Hawaii. These people still get to put themselves above all nations of the earth. And what do nations do? They get very jealous and covetous, and they want our history, they want our stuff, they want our things. They do some recon, they sprinkle in some truth, and they give us a whole lot of mind fuckery. A whole lot of mind fuckery. Hey, I have nothing but love for people who watch our content. Unfortunately, I don't think there is anything that would change your beliefs. I don't need you to change our beliefs, man. You got no place here. You got no place in India Superior. Our beliefs have not a mother sucking thing to do about who you are and what you do and what you about. They are completely overtaken in supremacist thinking. So here comes your titles again. You think you're going to leave your titles right here on our tribal flow? Overtaken in supremacist thinking? Why? Because we are high above all when we keep the commandments of our Hawa. Hawa is the one setting us high. So if you got an issue with our supremacist thinking, you have an issue with the creator. And if you got an issue with that, then you're on your own, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Just let your people know that you don't jive with the creator and you think it's just a bunch of made up stuff. That's cool. But guess what? You're in the old world now, buddy. And the evidence is all around us that, our Ibaru people have been flourishing, thriving, and have been hijacked. And what's a hijack, man? I think you're a little confused, right? Because you say you don't know what a hijack is. You think a hijack is just all white people. Well, I guess you're partially right. I guess you're partially right when we talk WIGHT white, because WIGHT white means what? We just talking the same old demons, man. Talking the same old demons, man. Have you chose up? A human being, a supernatural being, as in a witch, any being, any living creature? Oh, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. White, WIHT, WIAIHT. We're getting closer. Oh, strong and brave in war. Warlike people. Oh, they got a whole island full of these warlike people, huh? But let's get even closer, because you're just talking about these characters, right? These archaic characters. Let's just cut to the chase, man. In reality, my Nagi, you're talking one thing. You're talking one thing only. White demons. Just like the White Walkers. And if you know this, then you know what we're saying, just like you know black. And when you really comprehend it, the question is black white? And is white black? White devil, what is a white demon? No. They're changing the definition on me. No, Hijack City. I know I gotta go through Hijack City just to prove a point to Hijack City. White, a creature, right. A demon, monster. Got it. Got him. Got him. I could just leave this right here. So what have we learned thus far, my Nagas, since it's really about us? It's a teachable moment, really for us, What have we learned? We've learned a couple things. We learned that Hawa has chosen to make you high above all nations. We learned that Hawa has put you only, has known you All the families of the earth, only you. We know that you will make your captives. You will make captives out of those who, you know, once had you in captivity. And you know that black is white. Because if black is wicked, white is a demon. I mean, I think we can see clearly the wordplay in Hijack City when you speak in Hijack. But that's when you're just speaking to the Hijack. A demon monster. Let's go. It's too easy at this point, man. So do we think we're supreme over whites? Yeah, we're very supreme over demon monsters. Are whites just pale? No, because sometimes black is also pale. That's why I'm saying black is white, right? Oh, they already know. The algorithm already knows. The word black can be traced back to its Proto-Indo-European origins through the word black, which means pale, colorless, albino. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, boss. Whoa. So these whites are also black. Mindfuck. Look, man. This is your stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? This is your stuff. This is your stuff. You can't say you're intelligent and act like you don't know basic definitions, man. Okay? Which lets us know where you're at. So when you say the stuff out of your mouth and call us black supremacists, you're speaking hogwash, man. You need to go back to them hogs, to them dog days. If you're speaking of us as a people being supreme, you're correct. Because we only have been set on high above all the nations of the earth. By what? Hawa. Khan. We talking whites? We talking black? We talking white? We talking black, right? White, black. White, black. White, demon, devil. Black, pale. What's a black white? A pale devil, a pale demon. So you're a black white, mind fuck. You're not just a hijack, but you're a black white. You're a monster. I'm not saying it. You're saying it in your own language. Double talk, double talk. You're the monster. You're the white. Let's go. Let's go to this white comment. Black white. Hey, I have nothing but love for people. What people? Clearly, you don't love these blacks, right? You just want to sprinkle in some stuff on them and then say, I'm not going to give you no more because y'all saying some mean things about us whites. We're telling you it ain't got nothing to do with white and black as a color. It has to do with white and black as a definition. This is the hijack. Yes, the white creature that is a demon monster is hijacking the tribe of Israel. Yeah, this black is hijacking the tribe of Israel. What's the 1828 definition of black? And if you're not into definitions, then maybe you're not really serious about breaking the spell, mind fuck, which is why you're so mind fuck, you know? Because I don't think we're atrociously wicked and horrible, do you? Or maybe you do. I don't think we're dismal and mournful and calamitous. Yeah, man. Does this fit you? Right. So why do you keep calling us black, man? Why do you keep calling me black? You talking about my copper colored skin tone? My Hebrew heritage makes me black? No, I think my Hebrew heritage makes me set on high above all nations of the earth. Yeah. I think Hawa is setting me on high. Not the blacks, not the wicked, not the atrociously wicked, not the horrible. Definitely not the pale, colorless. We're talking about the copper colored Khan, not the white demon, not the demon monster. But what did you say about monsters, man? Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything that would change your beliefs. Well, my belief in being the head, not the tail, I don't think so either. As they are completely overtaken in supremacist thinking, my supremacist thinking and being set on high above all nations of the earth by my creator. No, you probably can't take me off of that either. You keep using the word hijackers as any race that isn't black. No. Now you're being a false witness. See, we just had this conversation, mind fuck. We just talked about this, right? About keeping the code. We have a simple code as a community, as the house of Israel is supposed to keep after we got out of bondage out of Atlantis, man. No other gods, no other powers is rule number one. You don't care about that though, right? That's not in your DNA. We're supposed to keep our code. Part of our code is to not bear false witness against your neighbor. Against your neighbor. We have this problem in our community all the time. Not really in our community, but those outsiders that want to join themselves and cleave themselves. They like to, you know, they like to put a lot of falsehood on us to try to bring us down to their level. I had a bro send me an email one time and said, "Hey man, you advertised," he said, "you advertised land." He said, "You advertised land, and the land is supposed to have a well on it." And then you got mad at someone for questioning the water. Like, he made up a whole scenario that literally never, ever, ever existed. Show me a video that I ever advertised land. Show me where I am a land realtor advertising land. Or do I pop off and say, hey, we just purchased land, let's build a fence? I think I said, let's purchase land, let's build a fence, right? We don't advertise land, we don't sell land, we never did, never do. To say that we do is being a false witness. And we don't deal with no damn false witnesses. Do I advertise land, my nigga? Wave service, do I advertise land? Have I sold land to anybody? Do I talk about wanting to sell land to anybody? Hey, one day I'd like to own 80 acres of land and be able to, literally, help my niggas become landowners and do all that great stuff one day. But yeah, I'm not a realtor, man. I don't sell land. I don't promise land. I say, do you want to help us build a fence? That's very clear, man. So the confusion, we don't deal with it. You can get all that shit up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You got false witnesses popping up all over the place, all the time, with their own perceptions of something that, they think we did or do or need to do, something, you know what I mean? And it's a bunch of just false witnessing. This is why this code is right here, right by stealing. Because when you bear false witness on someone, you damn sure are stealing their integrity. Did I say that all hijacks, the word hijacker has anything to do with race? You keep using the word hijacker as any race that isn't black or dark skinned. What is a black race? I'm not playing semantics. I'm asking you, like, what's a black race? What wicked people are you referring to? What pale people? What colorless people? The hijack, man, truly does talk in circles with much false witnessing. No, we don't use the word hijacker to refer to a race that isn't black. That if you're not black, that means you're not evil and you're not colorless. So what are you talking about? Dark skin? What's dark? Oh, you just talking about melanated people? Copper colored people? I'm saying everybody that's not copper colored is a hijack. Show me that video, man. Or you're a false witness. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand on that. You gotta take that L that's coming back your way, because once you cause a ripple, you sure do gotta feel the effects of it. You're experiencing the ripple mind fuck of what you put out. You're experiencing the ripple effect of your message to our people. I'm one of many who's speaking up and saying, not you, not nobody's going to come over here to India Superior trying to tell us anything about our people. You're definitely not going to call us black. You're definitely not going to call us dark. Because dark and black mean the same damn thing. And yeah, you are a hijack because you're out of code. You're out of code. And you are a false witness. And I'm just digging on Exodus 20 because Exodus 20 got us in code. You could be colorless if you want to. You know what I mean? You could be all the pale you want to be. You could be as black as you want. Mind veiled. But all that blackness ain't gonna make you righteous. You are a hijack because you are a false witness of our people. You've done it many times in your videos that we called you out on, and others are calling you out on, and not just because we're black supremacists, but because we are about the truth. And if you ain't speaking that truth, especially when it comes to somebody who's not you, isn't black, yeah, you're a hijack because you're a false witness, not because of your race, if that was a actual thing, you know. If you're not, if you have no color, if you're melanin deficient and you keep the code, hey, you get nothing but AHOB over here. We've always been that way. You know what I'm saying? I got my best partners I grew up with, man, that might not have had color, but they sure did have soul. They sure did have a Naga's back to this day. I got some colorless people, so-called colorless people, that will have my back way before anybody black, way before anybody who says, surf the wave and drop nation, like way before anybody that I know on the internet. I know some colorless people. I got a next door neighbor who's colorless, but he sure got soul. I think he got my back before many Nagas out there in Nagaville, to be honest. So I would never call him a hijack or them a hijack. I would call you a hijack because you are a false witness to our people, to our history, and damn sure you a false witness right here to me, man. Saying what? I keep using the word hijack as any race that isn't black. That's your perception in Hijack City. And that's why you can't see clearly. Because of stupid ass shit like this you say. Considered inferior. Keep using the word hijack as any race that isn't black or dark skinned is considered inferior. Did I say any race that's not black, or dark skinned is inferior? Fool, I think you are a false witness, and that makes you a hijack, according to Exodus 20. See, we keep the code, and this is our code. You can shun our commandments if you want to. You can shun our creator because for some reason you were not put high above all nations. But if you're a nation, what power do you serve? Has that power put you high? Do you have a relationship with that power as a nation? Or is that why you just have to default your way into, well, I just do it for everybody, Where they do that at? Because doing it for everybody sure didn't save us. We got to do it for Hawaii. We got to do it for our creator. We got to do it for our brothers and sisters before we can do it for all the nations. In order for us to be high above, we need to be in code. Do you keep the code or are you a false witness? You got to decide, Hijack. This is a mind fuck. This is your time to shine, man. If you notice, if you surf, my wave here, you know what I'm saying? I don't just go in and go in. I really do make it a teachable moment. Like I'm giving you a chance to choose up. I wouldn't do this if I didn't like you. I like some of the stuff you do, I do. But I can't love no false witness, man. And it's your false witnessing that makes you inferior. Inferior means what? That you are not high above all the nations of the earth. Inferior means what? That when Hawa says, you only have I known, whoever Hawa doesn't know by default is inferior, man. I'm sorry to break it to you, but yeah, that's true. Now, you don't have to stay inferior. You don't have to just say, oh, I'm part of this nation, I'm inferior. You could say, hey, man, I got that Ruach, I'm about to choose up. That makes you superior to all the other hijacks. But you'll never be superior to the children of Hashirah. You'll never be superior to the copper-colored Khan who is not atrociously wicked. It's the copper-colored Khan found here in America. The American. The Khan is superior. Everybody knows that. Prester John is the Rex Negus. Everybody knows that. What does it mean to be a Rex Naga, a Rex Negus, King of Kings? What does it mean to be the original? The originals. The copper color races. See, I'm not making it about race and color. You've already done that for us. We're going into your definition, digging on the Khan, digging on the Amaru Khan, digging on what they have described, what the hijack has described as copper colored. You want to defend the colorless people? What do you mean? We're all inferior, right? Any race that isn't black or dark skin is considered inferior. Black or dark skin, you mean copper color, that are found here? By default, they're found in India superior. So by default, they are the superior India. Superior India. I can't make this up. It's on your maps. It's in the British Museum. India superior is America. But you're going to go on to say America don't exist, that land's a different land than your Tartaria was, and all this switcheroo shit with no evidence. But what? You got some black and white pictures to describe that? You got some black and white pictures, man. It's all about the copper color races that are found here because we're talking about America. But now it became applied to the descendants of Europeans born here. And whether you're talking about black Europeans or whether you're talking about the white Europeans, which are the same, they are now taking the title, now applied. They took the title of the Amaru Khan. That is Hijack City. That is white supremacy, demon supremacy. I never said that hijacker referred to race. I said it refers to being out of code, out of order. I never said if you're not black or dark skinned, you're inferior. I think, sir, you're a false witness. And when you talk superior, Hawa has only known one family, which are the children of Israel. Don't be a false witness on the Creator. It's not going to be a good look for you. I'm trying to save you, man, because you're going down the wrong path. I think you started feeling yourself. You got a bunch of hijacks following you. Don't let them lead you to destruction. Could be talking to white demon monsters, man. A demon monster, these whites, right? Yeah, man. You keep using the word hijackers as any race that isn't black or dark skin is considered inferior or some type of monster. Considered some type of monster? Yeah. A demon monster. I can't make this shit up, man. This is your stuff. You're supposed to already know this before you come over here to the drop. Nobody done warned you about us, man. You didn't walk right into this rabbit hole. A white, by definition, is a monster. I don't have to say that anyone inferior is some type of monster. The white is a monster who is inferior by default, who's trying to come over here and get down with the copper colored Khan because these copper colored Nagas are in superior India. Anyone that's not black is a monster. Anyone that's white is a monster. Anyone that's black is just pale or wicked. Yeah, you be the judge. You don't understand who the true enemy is. Anyone who's taking our things and our stuff, that's our Satan. That's our adversary. Anyone who's taking our things and our stuff, and you're doing that by claiming that we're black and supremacist so that you can get some title in America, aka Tartarian. Let's go. I'm out of here, man. I'm dumping this hijack feel for good. You're stuck in Hijackville for now on. You can't get out, man. We're not gonna let you out your box. I'm gonna put you in there with Jack in the box, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who the true enemy is, man. You're the enemy. You're the hijack. You're the false witness. Anyone out of code is an enemy. Anyone out of code with Hawa is an enemy, white or black. No one is going to change your mind on white people. You can't change my mind because you can't change the definition. And the way you're coming is just like a monster. It's just like a demon. Just some creature that can't understand. You don't have no feeling. You don't got no personality for this. You don't got no, you know, you don't got no connection to none of the stuff you dropping. That's why all you can do is come with some animation, man. Animation and pictures, man. Pictures of what? Stuff that's not yours. Yeah, that's just like a white. that bears false witness. So no, you're not going to change my mind on demons. And I don't intend to. Well, you're trying, you know. However, I think your understanding of Aborigines is incorrect. Here we go. I'm talking first people. What are you talking? I'm talking first people, right? That's why you had to switch the word up. That's why you had to switch it up. Because when I say American, a native of America originally applied to what they call Aboriginals, and we say, well, what do they mean by Aboriginals in 1828? And we get first original prime, right? So you're telling me my understanding of Aboriginal is incorrect, even though I'm getting it directly out of a source that should be familiar to you? It's called a dictionary, man. I mean, don't you want to know the meanings of these words? I think you're understanding. I don't need to stand under, man. I understand that Aborigines is first Nagas, first people, copper color Khan. Yes, I did say Moors, blacks. Here we go with this black business. Here we go with this Moor business. Both of these are generic terms. Why can't you call us the Khan? Why can't we be American? Why can't we be the originals, the first? That's the definition, right? And I know that ab means mixed and different things. Some people say that ab means Abba or Abba original. Ooh, I like that. But yeah, let's simplify. We're just talking the original first people. Khan. Khan. So how's my understanding or understanding or overstanding of the first people incorrect? False witness, mind fuck. I did say more blacks were indigenous or aborigines to the Americas, but I quickly corrected that. Yeah, because you put your foot in your damn mouth and you a double talking white. Because it isn't the right word. Oh, okay, so they're not the first. Let's go. According to the Hijack, the Americas have gone through many land changes through the ages, and during the times of Atlantis, it was a completely different continent. Man, don't try to completely different Oh yeah, so this land of America, this India Superior wasn't around during Atlantis. Is that what you want to say? There was a shuffle of lands that India Superior wasn't here. That Atlas was not hijacking, Poseidon was not hijacking where they should not have been to begin with. It was a completely different continent. What do you mean? It had different people on it? Yeah. A whole groups of people, huh? Mixtures of people, genetic mutations, dog-headed people, huh? Therefore, saying Aborigines is inaccurate since there were multiple races in Atlantis. Hey, look here, fool. Get out of mind of it. I can't. You are the hijack, so I guess I can't change your mind because you're in the mind of a hijack. Because you are the hijack. You are the false witness. Not just over and over again here. Even though we are body bagging you over and over with your false witnessing, but you've been false witnessing the entire time, trying to double talk your way out. Oh, during the times of Atlantis, it was completely different. Prove it. Prove that this land ain't the same land with the same Nagas on it. And if we're talking Atlantis, then that's the original hijack. So here we go. Now I see clearly. You love claiming Atlantis because then it gives you some type of loophole opening to claim one of these multiple races that's in Atlantis. And when we take away your Atlantis, what happens? So you know about Lemuria, you know about Mu, you know about the Muons, right? Not the Moor, the Muon. Were these not copper colored Nagas? Oh no, you want to prove that within these multiple races in Atlantis that you existed here? Again, were you in any type of rulership here under the order of the priest king? Not the priest king of Atlantis. Atlantis was destroyed for a reason, Hijack City. You still want to hang your hat on the glory days of the most hijacked kingdom of all time? This is the blueprint of all hijacks today, this Atlantis flow, these Atlantean gods. We KTC, don't you know? Don't you see? We KTC. You can't bring Atlantis to us. Hawa brought us out of this Atlantis bondage, house of bondage. Hawa said no other gods before me. You want to keep going back because you're hijacked city because you're not in code. Atlantis is not in code. Atlantis will never be no more. But you want it to be some more so that you can claim one of these multiple races in hijack city. Atlantis was hijacking the indigenous original first people, the same first people that we are today. We don't have to claim no titles of Israelites. We don't got to claim no title that happened later after we got out of bondage, right? And then now some people say, well, that's the birth of the Israelite nation because they just got out of Egypt. But this same Melchizedek frequency, this same Khan dynasty, this same priesthood has already existed and been around since the very beginning. Back to Adam, back to Abraham. They're not Israelites. They're the Khan. We connect to the Khans. Our heritage is of the Khan, not just picking up where the Israelites pick up at. Oh, you guys are the newest group of people because here you were just born out of Egypt. No, we're the Khan. The Khan has already been here, existed. Melchizedek, the priesthood flow, has been around since the very beginning. The Moshe flow, the Khandawi flow has already been here. So the birth of the nation already existed. It just depends on what title you're trying to put on it and what part in the growth process you're picking up in the story. But don't let the labels confuse you as to antiquity. There ain't nothing older than the code. There ain't nothing older than the frequency. There ain't nothing older than the Melchizedek flow, the priesthood, the prester. This is direct connection with Hawa. You don't get no older than that. David is king forever. This is the understanding the hijack would never understand. No gods before me. Multiple races in Atlantis and multiple ages, land changes before what we now know as America means multiple gods. And the reason why there were so many land changes and destruction is because of the multiple gods. No other god before me in the land of Egypt. No other gods before me in the land of Israel. Or just call us the children. I'm talking about the same children in Isaiah 14. I mean, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, these children. Before they're called Israelites, Hawa knew your families. We out of here, Hijack City. We're going to drop you off now, man. You've been proven repetitively to be a false witness, to be the monster you're afraid of being, the monster you have always already been. This ain't no word games. This is your spell that we are deciphering. This is your spell that we broke. And we cut your ass off right when you tried to make another break back into our tents, into our house, using Atlantis as your guise to bring in your multiple races. We hear the hijacks use this argument all the time to try to divvy their way into the promised land. They talk genealogy, you know what they say? Well, this is the old world, so everybody was already here, right? Not just you blacks. Does that mean you have a right to be here? Is the question. Does that mean Hawaii has given you a lot of land here? A lot. When Joshua divided the land into lots, were you given a lot or were you given nothing? Well, if you don't have a relationship with Hawaii, you're definitely given nothing, because this is the land for only the children of Hawaii. They found us in a land flowing with milk and honey, pearls and gold. Hawaii will have compassion on Jacob and yet choose Israel. That's not black supremacy. That's Naga superiority. Get with it or get left on. There's nothing we can do about that. We're not deceived. No white people are teaching us this. The breadcrumbs you've dropped have only assisted the investigation we've already been on. But if you want to cleave as a stranger and join yourself to us, oh boy, you better start listening, and you better start listening good, and you better get in code and put no power before your power, and you damn sure better stop bearing false witness. If you want us as your neighbor, right? Because you're like, oh yeah, we're here too. You're not the only ones here. We're here too. I mean, I'll just let you say it. I mean, how did you say it? How did you say it, man? One more time for the dismount.
Black supremacists have taken this concept to claim that blacks were the only ones in America and that they were responsible for all the architecture around the world, and that whites are but a parasite or mutation who came out and caused genocide and...
Whites are demons. Whites are devils. Whites are monsters. By your definition. Yes, you are parasites. By your definition, or else it wouldn't be in the damn dictionary, man. We're just talking about the first. We're going into the same dictionary for the con, and we see what we look like, man. The copper colored con. We see we weren't brought from Africa because they just found a bunch of copper colored cons, and that's what made us the definition of an American. You put your own foot in your damn mouth, mind fuck. But you're just mad. So your whole premise is that you were here too. You're mad at us. You're calling us black supremacists. Some bullshit. Because you want to say, well, you're not the only one here. You guys saying you built all this high civilization, but we did some stuff too. Man, you are Hijack City, and I'm glad everyone's, I don't care who listens to you or not, man. I'm doing this for our tribe. You don't got to be over here. You damn sure can't leave no comments over here. This ain't got nothing to do with you. But I see that you butt hurt because the Nagas, are superior. The Nagas have been given all the drop. The only families that Hawaii has known on the whole earth. I'm not twisting script. I'm reading it straight up. Being put high above all the nations of the earth. I'm not twisting script. I'm reading it straight up. High above all nations on the earth. High above.
The only ones in America, and that they were responsible for all the architecture around the world, and that whites are but...
You see how they use only and all? This is trickery. Because niggas never said we the only ones in America. Nagas never said we the only ones in America. We said we are the superior Naga in India, superior. The copper color race found here. You're not going to take the definition of an American away. Well, are you? Well, are you? So you're looking at the definition of the American in America that your people put together, man. And to describe these original people, these first people, they describe their skin as being the color of copper, right? Now the debate goes, well, I got copper too, and I'm copper, and these people are copper. Not all copper people are the same, and not all skin folk is con folk. So stop playing. Oh, this is the old world, so everybody must have been here. Stop trying to make America a melting pot. It's not for you. This is not your melting pot. But now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America, now it's a melting pot, right? Because now you could just be born here. Anybody could be born here, Europeans especially, and they can take the title of an American. But the Khan means a priest, and they're taking the priesthood of the copper-colored nations. And when we realize that and we spark off, we want our things back, we're labeled a black supremacist. I think you're a false witness, man. And you're going to go down for this if you don't stop tripping between you and the creator. So your whole point is that you want to prove you were there with us, right? You want to join yourself with us. You want to cleave yourself to us. But you can't do that by being out of code, by being a false witness. Yeah, man.
Are but a parasite or mutation who came out and caused genocide architecture around the world, and that whites are but a parasite or mutation who came out and caused genocide and stole their culture and advancements in technology and spirituality. It's not only them. I mean, this phenomenon is happening with the white supremacists as well and the neo-Nazis.
And this fool, the problem with you, bro, is that you don't even want to admit that these white demons, these devils did steal our spirituality, did put us in captivity, did parasitically move around, destroy the atmosphere, destroy the environment, destroy the ecosystems to this day. You want to ignore all that to prove Tartaria? You don't smell your own shit?
The black supremacists are just as bad as the white supremacists, and
ooh, see, this is where you body bagged yourself. I didn't really catch it last time. I'm glad you left that dumbass comment. You know what I'm saying, mind fuck, because now, you really exposed yourself. Say that again so we can hear this clearly.
is happening with the white supremacists as well and the neo-Nazis. The black supremacists are just as bad as the white supremacists, and
how can you validate that statement? I'll wait. Can you please validate how black supremacy is just as bad as white supremacy? Blacks are whites. Evil, pale blacks are wicked demons. Even your people knew that, mindfuck. You see, you don't know that much. You just got that silly ass voice in your silly ass slides, man. You got all these followers confused. Black supremacy is just as bad as white supremacy. Show me the bodies. Show me the body count under black supremacy on the white nations. And then show me the body count of white supremacy on the copper-colored tribes found here by the European.
And to be honest, we want no part of that.
You want every part of us. You want every part of our things. You want every part of our stuff.
This video was actually going to be part of the secret black history, but I think that we don't really want to contribute to that anymore.
We don't want you to contribute to our history, motherfucker. Get your punk ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no business in this. The only reason why you doing it is to try to weave and cleave your way up in it. We don't want you as a part of our history, man. We don't want you to dig on this. We doing just fine without you. You came at a time that, we got some breadcrumbs out. Okay, he's talking about certain things that we can connect. We're not from Africa. Good, we got that. Let's build on that because our community, that's a huge thing. We got this daily debate about whether we from Africa, right? So we got a daily debate going on. So that's why they're using your info as ammo, man, as ammunition. But then you come with this twisted, and now you saying, oh, you're not on this mission? You don't want to contribute no more? You don't want to contribute no more, mindfuck?
The black supremacists are just as bad as the white supremacists. And
Hijack.
to be honest, we want no part of that. This video was actually going to be part of the secret Black history, but I think that we don't really want to contribute to that anymore, as we've seen several Black supremacists on the channel comment some very harmful and dividing
Who are those Black supremacists?
rhetoric that is just simply not true. Our intention was never to pander to any race. If you go back and watch them, it was just to stop the current divide that we have now in the modern day.
Yeah, right.
To show that Blacks have a connection with Ireland, which most African Americans have no knowledge of.
We're not from Africa, and yeah, we do have knowledge of. This is a part of our awareness, you know what I'm saying? Our connection with Scotland and our connection with Ireland and our connection with, Russia, our connection with all the three Indias that are ruled by Prester John. We don't need you for this. You don't want to contribute no more, man? Hey, man, mind fucked? Go ahead and fuck off, man. Get the fuck out of our history. Get out of our heritage. Get off our land. Because you don't have no order. And either you choose to do it or you're going to be, it's going to happen regardless, man. So this is your time to get with it or get left on, man.
The goal was always to unite and stop all the hate towards different races. Sure, I agree that Blacks are aborigines to the American.
Yeah, this is what you said. Oh, but I corrected it. No, you said it just nice and clear for us. One more time. Who's the first? Who's the original? And if we're the first, that means it's ours. Like I said before, if it's my wallet, I bought it first. Just because you stole it later, don't make it yours. Hijack. Now apply it to the descendants of the Europeans found or born here. But the original first Nagas found here, no, they don't get their title. They don't get their land. They don't get their stuff. They don't get their things. Now it's applied to the hijack. I can't change your mind about white people. You need to change your own mind about white people. You need to change your own mind about yourself. But yeah, you agreed that we are the first.
Blacks are aborigines to the Americas and the leftover continent of Mu, or as we know, the island of California.
But nothing, motherfucker. You just said we the first. It's my wallet. It's my stuff. Don't you get it, man? Hijack City? I guess you don't, because you're a parasite. And to know as proof you're a parasite is that you're not even paying attention to the destruction of your people, to the dirty filth of your people in Europe. You're not paying that attention. You're skipping that over to try to create some grand Tartarian dream for your red-headed people. Watch this shit.
But they were not, I repeat, we're not the only ones.
Now you're back to the only. You are literally using semantics to speak in circles, bro. You're arguing with yourself about who said only. You guys are not the only. You're not the only. Only an inferior person speaks like this. Only an inferior demon speaks like this. Because the more you dig, the more you find us. The more you're going to find me, mindfuck. You're going to find me. And then you're going to respond to that by saying, well, you're not the only one. That's an inferior statement. Body bag.
In America at this time. And
here comes their red-headed white devils. And he put this slide up here, look, I do some slides myself sometimes, and I know I put them up for a reason, right? He didn't just put this at this point in the video for no reason. He put up this conquering white red-headed giant. Yeah, you're not the only one here. Look. Look at the whites.
In America at this time. And it's the contribution of multiple races that is in fact responsible for the creation of what we now know as Tartaria.
Multiple races had something to do with the sinking of Atlantis. What's the reason for your destruction? Oh, it was just a reset. They don't even bring the creator in on none of this. It was just a random reset that randomly happens. They don't know why. They don't understand the code. They just want to take credit for shit. Listen closely. He don't want to give us nothing. He wants to admit we're the first, but then he wants to take credit like a backhanded hijack does every single day. And that lets us know you're nothing but a parasite.
Stop all the hate towards different races. Sure, I agree that blacks are aborigines to the Americas and the leftover continent of Mu, or as we know, the island of California, but they were not, I repeat, we're not the only ones.
Look, you can't say but after you show Queen Khalifa, High Amazon Queen, as the emblem of America, and we show you the definition of America is the copper-colored Nagas found here, not you. There wasn't enough of you found here to be the definition of an American. Body bag. So what are you saying? If there wasn't enough of you found here to be the definition of America, and you're not the first, then how can you lay claim to something that is not yours? I can't come over here to your table where you're eating a big apple pie that you bought and say, hey, I've been in this restaurant a long time. I've been in this restaurant before it was even a restaurant. I've been here before this whole street was full of restaurants. This used to just be a barn with a kitchen. I've been here that long. So that's my pie. And these are Naga only pies. You can't claim nothing you're saying. You can't prove your existence in America at all. You can't prove no rulership in America for sure. All you got is Hijack City for the dismount.
And the leftover continent of Mu, or as we know, the island of California.
The emblem.
But they were not, I repeat, we're not the only ones in America at this time. And it's the contribution of multiple races that is in fact responsible for the creation of what we now know as Tartaria. Again, we don't want any part in the supremacy stuff of any race, so it's just about time that people stop taking this information to suit their own bias and pushing their own racist narratives to continue.
And now we're a bunch of supreme racists, man. I think you're Hijack City, man. And I think when you say the word hijacker as any race that isn't black or dark skinned considered inferior, we know that you whites are the inferior demon. And that has nothing to do with color, because you're out of code and you are a false witness, man. Mind fucked? I think you're fucked, man. And I think we out of here. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Drop